Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemaire to review Saturday's clash between Cardiff and Derby. Pascal, starting with the away side, moved level on points with Bournemouth with a 2-0 win over Blackburn on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's now 6 wins in 7 games for them, and I think it was an important win for them because obviously it's so tight at the top. They were sort of down to fifth in the table, I think, and you look at the other sides, they're doing well at the moment, but they've moved to 51 points on level with Bournemouth, and it's so tight up there. It's 51, 51, 50, 50, 49 between the top five. It's so close, but yeah, I think they'd sort of dominated that game. They didn't score until the second half. Darren Bent came off the bench, got both goals. He could be a key player for them this season. I don't think he'll start many games with Chris Martin. He's still their number one striker, but when Martin can't find the net, they can bring Bent off the bench, and even though he's had his struggles in the last sort of 3-4 years in the Championship, he's still a good goal scorer, and he will score goals for them this season without a doubt. I mean, on the other hand, they have got other problems up front though. I think Johnny Russell, he could be out for about 3-4 weeks. They've lost Jordan Ibe because he's been recalled by Liverpool, so they're sort of short on the wings all of a sudden, because those two, they were superstars for Derby so far this season on either wing, but they've looked at players like Junior Hoylett, Matt Phillips at QPR, Christian Atsu at Everton. Obviously, they're sort of big players, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to get any of those in, and it'll be interesting to see in the last few days of the transfer window whether Steve McLaren, if he can bring anyone in at all, because they are short of players now on the wing, and they need Johnny Russell to get fit as soon as possible because he's such a key player for them. Obviously, they beat Chesterfield in the FA Cup as well, 2-0 as well at home against them. So they've since drawn Reading in the FA Cup, who beat Cardiff, incidentally, who they play here. I think at Derby, they might fancy themselves a little run in the FA Cup. Obviously, we know about all the big teams that have already exited from the Premier League. So if Derby, Reading is a decent draw. They're struggling in the Championship, so Derby will fancy themselves in that game. And if they can go on a good run in the Cup, it'd be great for the club, especially as they're going well in the league as well.
And Cardiff, meanwhile, struggling for a bit of form at the moment.
Yeah, it's now 3 losses in a row in all competitions. Their last game was against Reading in the FA Cup. I think they would have fancied themselves in that game, but at home they've been pretty good at home under Russell Slade since he came in. But to lose 2-1 at home to Reading, who are a struggling side in the Championship, was disappointing for them. Obviously, Slade's been pretty busy in the transfer market. He signed O'Keefe from Crystal Palace. Lee Peltier's come in. I think Peltier might be the sort of fringe player, but O'Keefe back in the Championship maybe could do things for them. And I think they're looking at Robert Huth as well. I mean, that would be an impressive signing if they managed to get Robert Huth, who's sort of obviously not played much for Stoke this season. I think they've got a league. I think they've got 5 clean sheets this season, which is no one else has got less than that in the league. So they do need to shore up at the back, and obviously Huth would help them do that for sure. I think they're down to 13th in the table now, 2 defeats in a row in the league. I think that they're a long way off the playoffs, but they're also they have pulled themselves away from the bottom 3, and at the moment it looks like, unless they go on a really good run or a really bad run, it looks like they're just going to sort of have a mid-table season, I think.
Would you be an interesting one between these two teams? What's your score prediction?
Yeah, I think Cardiff have got a really good record against Derby recently. I think they haven't lost in 7 games against them, so I'm going to back Cardiff to get something out of this game. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw.
So we're going for a 2-2 draw.